Okay, well, it's called the Joseph L. McKinnon Instructor of the Year Award, and it's given every year to highlight an outstanding instructor in the Columbus Board of Realtors. You know, on the education committee, what we do is we look through the reviews that people fill out when they take the classes at the board. We go through those each year, and we choose someone who comes, you know, gets the kind of marks of high excellence in terms of instructing and that kind of stuff. So we chose Bill Fergus this year based on the results of the evaluations that the students in his classes filled out. He well exceeded all of the criteria. The class that he teaches is Understanding the Real Estate Purchase Contract. So it's an important class for our members, and he does a wonderful job with it. He's been doing this class, I think, since 2010. And of course, the purchase contract has changed a few times during that. So, but Bill does a great job helping the members learn the new contract and pointing out the things that we really need, you know, to know, especially when the contract changes. So some of the qualifications that Bill has as the instructor that he is, I mean, not only does he practice real estate law here in Columbus, but he's also very involved with the board. He is a member of the Standard Forms Committee and therefore is very instrumental in the changes that do happen to the purchase contract. So he's able to help the membership understand those changes. I know he's been helpful with the YPN events in the past, and he's been very involved in the board all around. One of the things that's great about Bill is that, for instance, with the latest change in the purchase contract regarding the title insurance and all of the title commitment, I should say, Bill actually took the time to go around to the area realtor association meetings and answer the realtors' questions about how this was going to affect transactions. And that was something that the committee really thought was, kind of above and beyond, and another reason that we wanted to present the award to Bill this year, because he's just been there for the whole real estate community for so long. So congratulations, Bill, for winning this year's Joseph L. McKinnon Instructor of the Year Award. You more than deserve it, and we're really thrilled to give it to you.
It's great to see Rick Pfeiffer honored after 30 years of public service. He's been a great public servant, having served as both a state legislator, a judge, and as the city attorney. I've had the great fortune of having worked with Mr. Pfeiffer for the last 14 years. I've worked as a courtroom prosecutor in his courtroom, and I've been one of his prosecutors for the last 10 years. One of the great things about Rick, as he's served over the years, he's always been a problem solver. In the environmental court, a lot of people would be in court because they had problem properties. He would work to come up with creative solutions to help both seniors and low-income people that had properties with difficulties, actually helping people find the resources they need to repair their properties and working with them in court. He also used other creative solutions. He was unique in that he, on several occasions, signed slumlords to live in their own properties until they brought their properties in compliance. In one case, the Stuart Caplow case in which I worked with him on, not only did he assign him to live in his properties, Mr. Pfeiffer himself went at 5 a.m. in the morning, did a stakeout at the property and made sure Mr. Caplow was actually living there. And when he actually saw him coming into the property afterwards and found out he wasn't living there, he confronted them himself. This was the kind of thing he did as a judge. As he became city attorney, he's continued to work to creatively deal with problems. He's one of the first elected officials to actively start addressing the issues of abandoned and vacant housing, long before it was even on the radar for a lot of other public officials. He created the zone team in our office. Those are attorneys that are actually assigned to work in neighborhoods to help people deal with their problems. They also do nuisance abatement actions, which shut down drug houses and other problem properties. As Mr. Pfeiffer would always say, I think he could be summed up, his career can always be summed up in one expression he likes to use all the time. He stresses to me, he stresses to his staff, what can we do to fix the problem? That's always been his philosophy as an office holder, that's been his philosophy as a person, And I'm very fortunate that I've worked with him all these years, and I think Columbus is lucky to have him as a public official. Rick Pfeiffer, congratulations on this honor that's being bestowed upon you today. I can think of no one who's more deserving than yourself. Congratulations.
Well, I've thought about this, and I think she's just a great person. I just want to say a few things that very charming, witty, intelligent, really a great person to be around. But I thought that would be enough about me, and I'd really want to say something about Tricia.
Tricia is just a very energetic, wonderful, supportive person. I mean, if you need her for anything at any time, any place, she's there for you.
The first word that comes to mind when I think of Tricia Moneymaker is the Energizer Bunny. Tricia is always a bundle of energy and a ray of sunshine everywhere she goes, and always makes people feel at home, at ease.
The one thing I really remember about Trish, and as she's calling on our office, and she still does today, she's there. She's always there for you. Not when you expect it, but she's always popping in. She's making sure that her clients are serviced. So one thing that I recall from her visits to our office is I'd walk in, she'd be there. In the morning, she'd stop by in the afternoon. She'd say, hey, do you guys need anything?
Everything's always good, and that's one thing about Tricia. She makes everything fun. Even if there's an awkward situation, it seems like she can get you through it. So all my experiences with Tricia have been great.
Well, everything Tricia does, she does with passion. And from helping an agent to going through a closing, Tricia can take a HUD settlement statement, put it into layman's terms, faster and quicker than anyone I've ever heard deliver a HUD settlement statement at a closing.
Well, I don't know anything that she's not passionate about. Again, all her real estate stuff, but I know she coaches volleyball, and she's very passionate about that.
I saw a lot of her coaching ability and what she did at business, and that's what drew us together. I think she was very competitive, aggressive, great follow through. Did I say aggressive?
I think one of the first times I went out with her and other people for drinks was during March Madness, and she's very gung-ho, very up for that. So, I mean, her passion in sports, as well as anything else, really shines through.
Our business is all about building relationships, and Tricia is an expert. From the moment I met her, she is one of those people that she not only builds a relationship, but takes it to the nth degree. She'll do whatever it takes to get the job done and to make sure the agent, their client, and everyone else in the process is taken care of.
All the people in our office think the world of her. She helped out new agents with training, was always there to answer their questions, and there's quite a large group of us that wish her the best, and we know that she's very deserving of this award.
Congratulations, Tricia. I am so excited that you are Affiliate of the Year. I'm also proud to not only call you my business partner, but also my friend.
I'll tell you, I'm really proud of Rick Benjamin. This is an awesome award, and I think he really deserves it. I can't think of anybody else who deserves this award more than he does.
I do think he deserves the award. He's devoted, as far as I can tell, a better part of 40 years to his profession, and he's worked very hard at it and does a good job.
I'm in the floor covering business, so I see a lot of real estate people, and the first thing they say, oh, your brother is so funny, so much fun to be with.
It's almost impossible to not like Rick Benjamin. He always has a smile, always in a good mood, treats people fairly, and I don't know how you could not like Rick Benjamin.
I don't like him. I've never liked him, and I have no idea why I'm here. Good guy, and I am so happy. I really am. I am very happy for him to be honored. It's a tremendous honor. Salesperson of the Year out of a 6,000 person board, that's pretty good.
I guess I would say, for purposes of this award, he's a hell of a salesman. I mean, he knows what he's doing.
The way I see Rick is that he makes extremely good choices in life. He just never stubs his toe. He's always looking for the right thing to do.
I think he deserves the award because he's very disciplined. He's extraordinarily good at talking to people. He speaks people's language. He's able to communicate very well.
He's just a very honest, loyal, hardworking, but always in a good mood person. He's never going to make you sad.
Rick, this reminds me of you. Woody Hayes stood for integrity, hard work, enthusiasm, and the love of people. And he always paid forward. You know, his big theme was pay forward. And Rick, you did that. God, think of all the many hours that you spent at the Columbus Board of Realtors paying forward for your other members. And also you served as president in 2011. I think it was 2011, time flies. But Rick, you are a volunteer. And I think about Woody Hayes too, and he was known for, he won with people. He wrote a book that said, you win with people. And Rick, you are a people person. You always have been. I think everybody that's around you just enjoys your company. So congratulations again. I'm really proud of you.
Congratulations, Rick, for becoming this year's Salesperson of the Year. It's a richly deserved recognition for all your hard work.
Congratulations on winning the CBR Salesperson of the Year Award. You deserve it. You've worked hard for it. God love you and your family.
Well, congratulations, Rick. You know, it's another big honor you've had. You know, you're president of the association for a while, and I and my wife are very proud of you. Take care and good luck.
I think Jim deserves this award just based on the way he conducts himself and the manner in which he does business over the years. He's been one of the true brokers from the salesmanship and treating everybody fairly and wanting to get a deal done and you know, walk away where everybody's happy.
He comes from a long line of real estate and commercial and residential with his mother and his father. And I think he's learned a lot from them, and he's taken it to another level.
He will tell you the history of a property, when it was built, who built it, who was involved in the transaction, and it's almost your own, he's a computer almost with his photographic memory that I think just his overall knowledge of industrial real estate specifically, it's just amazing. There's not anybody who knows more.
Jim helped me a lot in the beginning when I first became on the board of directors with the financial statements. And so for 3 years, he sat next to me and explained everything I ever needed to know and wanted to know about a financial statement.
I think the best quality Jim has is his memory. I would say that he is a walking library when it comes to commercial real estate in Central Ohio.
He's interesting. I don't know, when he was in Orlando recently, I noticed he was very attracted to ducks. He was at the Peabody and he seemed to always come up in pictures with ducks.
I'd let people know before they meet Jim that they're in store. It'll be a treat. We'll be meeting a real good guy, class act.
Jim is one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet, and he'll have your back every day. He'll take you under his wing, teach you everything he knows, and he likes stuff.
Jim, can't think of anybody better and more deserving of this award that you're receiving as Broker of the Year. And if everybody in our business was as a true professional as you are, we'd all be in a much better place. So thanks for setting a great example for all of us.
Rebecca Lynn Mosniak. I'm with the Real Estate Exchange in Grove City, Ohio. I really love life. I see life half full as opposed to half empty. I love the underdog. I would like to say that I'm not overly competitive, but that would not be the truth. I enjoy learning new things. I've been in the business 6 months, but I am working this last 2 weeks on an auction contract and short sales, my first 2 that I've officially put in. And it can be It's exciting because of the unexpected, and I think that when you are not as informed because there is a learning curve for you in place, it can be scary. But it's also exciting, and you have to learn to use your common sense and ask intelligent questions to make sure. I'm very blessed. The older that I get, the more that I respect my parents, because I think the more people that you talk to, the more that you realize how much of a good childhood and upbringing you had. And now being older and seeing my nieces and nephews and just the chance that they're getting, I see myself being very much in that scenario with friends and family, and really learning to just be the best realtor that I can, and hopefully that means I'm number one. I'm Becky Mosniak, and I'm a nominee for this year's Rising Star Award.
Mark Mall with Coldwell Banker King Thompson. My wife got into real estate in 2008. Just thought I'd get in to see what it was like. So far I like it. It's not that it's been easy, but I've had pretty good success. Yeah, I never realized I was such a people person. I was always the guy who just kind of stayed to himself, family, never really outgoing, so kind of brought out a different perspective. I'm a big prankster. I like playing jokes on everybody. So my poor manager, Crystal, I play jokes on her all the time. I tape her key on her door so she can't put her key in there. I pretty much joke with everybody, so she's put up with a lot. Craziest experience had to be, I had a listing on McGuffey Road. It was actually one of my first listings. I was going to drop off some paperwork, and some guy was hollering out the side of the window. I didn't really pay much attention, and I looked around the side of the house, and he had broken in, and he was trying to get out the same window, and he got stuck, asking me for help, the same house that I was going to. So, of course, that was pretty crazy. Hi, this is Mark Mall, and I'm nominated for the Rising Star of the Year award.
My name's Heather Dunn, and I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Consultants in Dublin. I was attracted to this industry because I had spent so many years as an affiliate, sitting at the closing tables and listening to people's story, and I was kind of seeing them more in the very beginning and then at the end at closings, and missing the middle part of the story. And I really feel like that's where it kind of all happens. So, when I would sit at a closing table and you would hear about the process, or I would hear where things had maybe gone wrong, and having attended enough classes and having had some of the education that some of the realtors had, I felt like if I made this move into real estate, that I would be able to help people and see a different perspective and maybe make the transaction and the process easier. I got licensed in October, so it's been amazing. I love this. I wish I had done it years ago. It's everything that I wanted it to be, and then everything that I had no idea that it would be. So all the data entry, all of the hours that I spend doing this, because I'm really working from 7:30 in the morning, sometimes until after midnight to 3 in the morning. But I love it. I like the relationship that I have with the clients. I love that I get to spend time working with my friends. A lot of the realtors that I've worked with over the years have been friends, and now we kind of have excuses to see them in events more often and in the office more often. And it's been everything that I thought it would be. Hi, my name's Heather Dunn, and I'm a nominee for this year's Rising Star Award.
Dixie Lundquist, Coldwell Banker King Thompson. Well, I've always been interested in real estate, but I've never taken the jump. I have worked as a counselor for almost 20 years now, and was ready for a change. And I knew I still wanted to work with people, but I wanted to get into a total different field where I could work with people in a different manner. It's amazing. It's not a simple find a house, help somebody find a house, buy a house. Everyone has a story. Everyone has something going on, whether it's a short sale or whether it's bankruptcy or whether it's a divorce. You tend to see that this past year. I tend to see a lot more. I know a lot of, that people, and maybe again, my counseling background helped, but a lot of people are afraid to talk to you about what's really going on in their lives. And so it makes it difficult. But, my first sale was a bankruptcy, divorce, not a good situation, beautiful home, but two very difficult people to work with. And I knew once I could get through that one and make them happy, I could probably handle anything. But I guess it was a good way to get my feet wet, because after that it was like, you know, I really can do this if I can work with these people, because you just have to be patient and you have to communicate. Hi, my name is Dixie Lundquist and I'm a nominee for the Rising Star Award.
Steve Freeland with Howard Hanna. Actually, it's Howard Hanna Realcomm Realty. Are we going live right now, or is this just okay? All right. Well, growing up with a mom in the business, I was always around real estate, so it was something that interested me. I really liked watching, you know, House Hunters, all that stuff. I know it's kind of cliche, but you know, I watched all that stuff. I'm always, not always angling, but I'm always looking to make friends. I'm always looking to meet new people. Just so happens that plays right into my profession. I get to meet people a lot. My friends joke that I'd go to a bar and I wouldn't get a girl's phone number, but I'd get a guy's phone number who's looking for a house. I had a friend ask me what it was like to be in real estate, and she's a nurse, so she clocks in, she clocks out, she does what she does, and then she goes home, you know. But for real estate, it's different, you know. Some days you're prospecting, some days you're meeting with clients, some days you're out golfing with a client, some days you don't really have anything else to do, and some days you're at closing. So there's so many different aspects to real estate. It really keeps it interesting. It takes a really strong mindset. You can't get frustrated. You can't freak out when there's no business. You gotta know that you're going to be able to get something in the pipeline, and you have to be really goal-oriented. You know, you have to be able to, you know, figure out how much you want to make. You want to figure out how many houses it's going to take to sell that, and you got to go do it. You can't really just let stuff come to you. Hi, I'm Steve Freeland, and I'm up for this year's Rising Star Award.